What is the wealth ladder? If you've never heard of it or need a reminder, this is for you. Hi, I'm Duarte. I'm a business coach and consultant. I've been analyzing businesses for nearly 33 years. I've analyzed hundreds, if not thousands, and I think you could benefit from it. So the wealth ladder is used to create a strategy for yourself to become financially secure. It is how we see things and how you progress from one level to the top. So let me explain. The very first level, which we are all familiar with, is trading time for money. So in other words, this is where you have a job or you're doing something where you're trading your skill exactly in time for money. That's the very first level. The second level, some of us are more familiar with it than others, is investments. So now you're taking some of the money that you have earned and you're putting it in investments. And it could be anything from, for instance, stocks, bonds, real estate, whatever. But you're using your money to create more of it. So you're using that to become wealthy. The third one is where you are multiplying yourself. So you're using people or other people's labor to multiply so that you can have multiple income streams from someone. And this is typically like a business where you have employees and they're obviously producing and you're also getting that benefit. So that's the third level. The fourth level is where you have products. So if you're selling products, you're a manufacturer or a wholesaler, some kind of a supplier, and you have a whole bunch of, like, say, retail products, it could be financial products, whatever it is, but you are putting it in the marketplace so that many people can buy it around the clock, so that this is tied, the earnings that you're getting is tied to how many sales of that product or products that you have in the marketplace. Now the fifth level is the royalties, and this is where you have, again, some kind of a product where it's being sold, and each time it's being sold you're getting a commission. And you see this in a lot of times with subscriptions, right? So you have a client, they sign on to something and they're getting maybe you're billing them monthly, quarterly, or whatever it is, and so those royalties keep coming in. So that's the fifth level, because you're obviously selling that client really once for a certain amount of time, and then you have regular revenue coming into you, and you are creating wealth that way. Now, what is the best way for someone with little income? I get this question all the time, and so the best way, my thinking, and the quickest way is through business. Because business, you can start with little money, and I've done some videos on that, and create a business with a little bit of sweat equity, build it up, multiply yourself with people so that you're actually getting from the first step right to the third step, and then you can continue from there into a micro franchising opportunity where you create your business regardless if it's small. It doesn't have to be big. A lot of people thinking of franchising has to be something big like a McDonald's or something. It doesn't have to be that way. So once you micro franchise yourself, you're now having the opportunity of getting royalties, if you will, and a monthly income from each of the franchisees. They're getting the benefit of obviously getting already a plan that makes money, but you're also getting a benefit from them as well. So the more franchises you have, the more you start earning. You can do that usually within 2 to 3 years. And that's probably the quickest way from getting from the first step of the wealth ladder to the top of that ladder. Now, if you would like to get on that journey towards micro franchising, contact me. My information is in my bio, my email, and I will be happy to set up a meeting with you. If you like this kind of content, please follow me. Otherwise, we'll see you tomorrow.